I'd say welcome to the kitchen, but it's more like welcome to the studio that's pretending to be a kitchen. Wife works from home, so can't do the cookie dough inside. So I'm going to get my folding table to a more workable height using a disused amplifier. Yeah, that's right. Hello, Black Star. Thanks for this crappy amp that doesn't work anymore. I'll move this back a bit. Actually, I need to do that. There we go. That's the better way. Let me take the KitchenAid. Put it right here. Probably ought to cover that with something. Towel. Protect all the inputs. Not that I'm using this one anymore, but whatever. So, what I got going on, well, you can never have too much vanilla. And power. I have power, but I can't reach it. Anyway, let's plug that puppy in. Make sure this is completely off. Okay, good. I'm curious, I'm making chocolate chip cookies. Making a double batch. So in order to do that, take my pre-measured ingredients. Okay, good. And take the sugar, the brown sugar. I usually use a cup of sugar and a half cup of brown sugar, and take that for a ride in here with a whisk. Stand back. Wow, look at that cloud up. Oh, that's right. I'm an idiot. There's baking powder in there, and there shouldn't have been. It should have gone to the flour. I put it in the wrong bowl. Whatever. It's gonna get mixed together anyway. So let's just mix that up a little more. Trying to keep all the dust in because that's the thing that makes it rise. That is the baking powder, which makes it rise later. And of course, it doesn't really mix very well. I got these big pebbles like this. Smash them up. And once we get like the egg and the butter creamed together, and we add this back in, hopefully these little things will just break apart, become part of the mold with the moisture. It'll help it break apart, but I'm giving it a little head start by doing that. You leave dark brown sugar alone long enough, it'll turn into one big solid mass. And if that happens to you, take a cheese grater and put that on a baking sheet. So you can, and the reason I say that is because it's going to go everywhere. Here we go. Put that back in the bowl. Hopefully. Oh good, it's white enough. Cool. That's one batch. I'll do the other batch too while I'm at it. The rest of it's pretty straightforward stuff. But you know what? I want to take that thing off there first. Okay. There we go with that. And this. I usually have stories to tell, or you should have stories to tell when you're showing someone how to cook something. Once again, 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I also put baking powder in that one. So I'm putting this device in here. Usually it's something you pour stuff into. There's 2 big gaps, one here and one here. And I'll hopefully keep the powder in the mix when I hit this. And the whole table's moving now. Whoa. Let's hope it's heavier than air. It just sinks back into the bowl. No. Hey, it's fun. Okay, I don't need this one anymore, except suppose I could use this rather than my fingers and break up the little pebbles against the side of the bowl. Oh my god, how well that works. Imagine that. That's what this was built for. Not quite like this, but you know what I mean. I have a batter that goes with this as well that has a silicone sleeve on each edge. and it scrapes the bowl as it goes. We get this poured into the bowl again. Okay, we have 2 batches of mixed sugars. Fabuloso. Now, the next thing we do is 2 eggs. I've left them out long enough to become room temperature. 1, 2. And 2 sticks of butter, which I've cubed up, as you can see, and let it come to room temperature. I have nothing to scrape it with. Wait, I do. I have drumsticks, but I'm not going to use those. What can I use? It's already out here. When all else fails, actually, let's use the pair I don't wear. The glasses. Sue me. Okay. This is all going to get cooked at 325 degrees anyway. No one's going to know that we got shoved into a bowl with a pair of almost unsanitary glasses, meaning they were just sitting on the shelf. Okay. No, don't do that. Okay. It's over here. Now then, that's where we take our super duper. You can take a better look at that. You can order that online on Amazon. It's a KitchenAid batter with squeegees. And when you first start this up, it makes a horrible squeaking sound because there's nothing to lubricate the sides of the bowl. So here we go. Oh, lucky me. Right. Ordinarily, I'll let this run for a good solid 3 minutes, but I'm in a hurry. So there may be chunks in here. It's not really creamed yet. It's like eggs, egg fluid, and chunks of butter. And while some recipes say it's okay to do this with cold butter, this isn't one of them. If I put this in there, I can let it run even longer, and it becomes combined. Good. Woo! That worked surprisingly well. Holy bananas. All right, here we go. Yeah. Again, surprisingly well mixed for that amount of time. I'm seeing very tiny chunks of butter in there, which when you cook it will melt, but now it's time to go with the flour. And when I was young, my parents taught me how to do this. They gave me a teaspoon, not those. Teaspoon, like from the drawer, yeah, and from the silverware drawer. I use a tablespoon. If I could just get my hand to work. Funny, this is the injured hand. I can't make that one work. Okay. You put a little bit in at a time because you don't want the whole thing like puffing out a cloud of flour you can't breathe. And it's best to get it integrated a little bit at a time. When you throw it in, it looks like the frosted mountaintops during winter. Once that look goes away, go with your next one. And just keep an eye on it. At this mixed speed, it's about 5 seconds before it goes back. Eventually, when all this gets mixed up, you take the 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and you hang it onto the bowl for dear life. It's going to shake like crazy, putting all that hard stuff in there. And then you wrap it up and refrigerate it overnight. Why? The cookie, 1.5 ounces of cookie dough, sitting on the cookie tray. There we go. Got a little bit left there, that's it. Boom. The cookie will tend to keep its shape. Now, as I mentioned, I put baking powder in there. There's baking soda and baking powder. Baking soda will make the cookie rise better. Baking powder keeps it flat. He used both of them, and it's kind of a mess. There are different formulas. You can add more flour to the mix like I did. I got 1 1/3 cups of flour rather than just 1 cup. My mom would go 1 1/4 cups. 1 1/4 cups. But the way she put it on her recipe card was 1 cup, 4 tablespoons flour. And it took me like, I don't know, 50 years to figure out that those extra 4 tablespoons is actually 1/4 cup. Thank you, Alton Brown, for that little plunger measuring device you put your name on, and now we bought and have one. It's gonna go in the dishwasher, by the way. Okay, that's that. Oh, I shouldn't have taken this off, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. That's a good consistency right there. That's like lick the batter good. But we're not done. There are certain things that need to still go in. My mom would put in a, as hot as you can stand it, teaspoon of water, hot water. I don't know why. She never told me why. I think it's because it's something her mom always did. Maybe that's an old school thing. But for now, we are going to go with what the recipe says: 1 teaspoon of vanilla. But I am married to a woman who bakes. So, just as Alton Brown says, garlic don't need no reason. There. 1 teaspoon. Vanilla doesn't need a reason either. This will be good. I think I must have put about another tablespoon in when I just dunked it like that. And of course, oh, it's not jumping around. I didn't do this. Yahoo! There's a lot of air on that now. So, twist that down, separate the bowl from the unit. Voila. What do you do with this? Well, I may have to turn the camera off and come back in another video because I forgot some supplies in the house. Specifically, the Costco-sized cling film, out of which I will pull about this much, and then another one next to it, or like overlapping, and make one big long log, and you wrap it up good and tight, pick it up with your arm underneath it, and go to the refrigerator outside where you have room to put it, and you leave it there, and you try not to eat it. Well, that's for this. That. Oh, I failed. Come on. Yeah, that's about right. You can taste the vanilla, but the alcohol in the vanilla cooks off and leaves the flavor. So I am going to go in the house, get the rest of that, and just do what I said I was going to do. Repeat the process. Maybe come back tomorrow or the next day and film the process of putting them on the cookie sheets. That's fun. That is my chocolate chip cookie recipe here in the studio using an amplifier. Figure that. All right, part 2. Here we are, ready to do the dough. Do the dough. Dough. Because I prefer to be comfortable. All right, so here we are. I hope I'm in the shot. Costco-sized cling film with this handy little zipper cut thing. I love that thing. Great invention. Whoever invented it, millionaire. I wish it was me. Oh well. I'm going to go really across the table here. Boom. Okay. Because I got a vinyl tabletop, the static involved is going to keep it in place. Unless, of course, it grabs onto the device. Okay, here we go. So that's, and I think I'll just lay it off the edge a little bit. Good and solid. Move that over a bit, and then start with the second layer. There, 2 layers are needed, trust me. And we come down, meet the other side. Okay, so I put a little bit more that time. That's okay. And boom, that side. So we have a surface there. In the corner we have aforementioned cookie dough with batter, which I'm really tempted to eat, but I won't. Oh wow, what's really on there? Okay. Silicone spatula, wooden spatula. Why? Why not? Well, because of the construction of the batter with a squeegee on it, it makes it challenging to get all of the dough. Actually, it makes it easier to get the dough off because you can go around the edge, scrape it off, back into the bowl. I know a lot of you are saying, why don't you just eat that? Well, there's a whole cookie on here. I'm not gonna waste a cookie. Well, I might. If I'm being honest, I think I already ate one cookie's worth of dough already while the cameras are off. Cameras, listen to me. Camera. Phone. I'm filming this with my phone. Like everybody else in Hollywood, right? There we go. Now I could just like call it square and leave it that way, but I don't want to get my fingers dirty. I think that's good enough. I suppose I could just eat this, but I won't. I should, but I won't. Stick it over here. Okay. This is just meant for scraping this. I know it's silicone. Yeah, it shouldn't stick, but this is a kind of a stickery. Stickery. Listen to me. I'm scraping the bowl and making one big mass right in the middle. See that? This all goes somewhere, trust me. Eventually. If I can get that to move as one big ball, I'll be a happy guy. Oh, I'm a happy guy. Right in the middle of the table. Let's bring that back. I don't need to scrape that just yet. I missed a piece. There we go. I did cheat a little bit. I put it in the fridge for maybe 10 minutes, and it gave it a little bit of rigidity. Rigidity in cookie dough. If you put enough rice flour in something like this, I'm probably confident I would be able to build a wall akin to the one in China and have it stay around a lot longer, but it'll smell a lot better, you know, like a chocolate chip cookie. That's what heaven smells like. Heaven smells like my mom's chocolate chip cookies. I wouldn't know. I've never been there. Despite the number of operations I've had in my life, why am I even still here? Okay. This is safe to not do anything with. Okay. Uh-oh. I just licked my finger. That's okay. I'll be using that. I just cannot resist. I mean, I would not be human if I didn't do this, right? So good. Okay, put that back. Putting that back. Put that back in action. All right. This is making score lines, and I've never drawn this before, and it doesn't seem to be working. Actually, oh, here we go. And because I'm scraping off of this, which is on a table, there we go. I'm holding it down on this side. Oh, look at that! The score line actually did work. So now I got this. Goes over here. I'm making a log. This is the messy way. There's an easier way I'll show you after I do this one. And I don't know why I'm not doing that right now. What the hell? Glad I got that hair out of there. This is flowing in from outside. Okay. Yeah, no hair in the cookies, please. There we go. One more scrape. Here we go. Now this is not the width of the log. That away. I should have looked at that. Oh well. You want to leave just enough at the end to fold it over when the log is done. And I'm just still cutting pieces off and putting it on the end. And eventually, you go like this. Just kind of bring it down and spread it out. Oh, I do need that again. It's stuck. That's why I have that nearby. Okay. One more little cut there. I keep saying one more. It's going to be several. Because this is going to be like maybe a 3-foot long log if I'm lucky. Or however long this platform is. Neither here nor there. It's going to be sitting on the counter, refrigerated, and easier to handle because it'll be taking the form. And after it's been refrigerated overnight, and you make your first batch on the cookie sheet, you're going to want to put it back in the fridge because it being out makes it more tacky like what you're looking at right now. There we go. There we go. Now, it's kind of like masonry. You're filling in the gaps, you know, with a mortar. Just you're not using bricks. I hope you're not using bricks. Do not use cookie dough as mortar. This has been a public service announcement. Okay. Yikes, man. Lots. Okay, I think I could probably make this work. I mean, it's a little thicker in spots. Like right here, I could probably just take that piece and move it down over here. I still have a little bit of wiggle room on the end here. But eventually, when we wrap the cling film over the top of it, we'll be able to just ham fist this thing into submission. Get rid of the rest of that. Come on, get on there. This bit of dough is in danger of being consumed, like now. Get off of there. Oh well. There. I'm done with those. Okay. Right? Okay. From in front of you, take the cling film, up, straight back down, and adhere it to the other side, roughly. Now you have room and the ability to grab onto this without getting all sticky and make one big long shape. It's the Play-Doh fun factory of cooking. Baking. If I did this with chili, I'd be burning my hands. Okay. Burning other things because I make it hot. My chili. All right, now we take the other side. Come back over. And at this point, it's pretty safe to be able to roll the whole thing thusly. And then take the ends, just fold them over. And that is the easy way, because that's the hard way. But effective when you want to cut the cookies off of a nice long log like you get at the grocery store, because that's what they do. They refrigerate it because they know it's going to keep a shape when you put it in the oven. It's going to come out just like it says so in the package, right? But all this time I could have just done this. This is easy too, because once you get the Ziploc shut and you mash it all down and it refrigerates, you open it up and you can take scissors and just cut on either side of the Ziploc and open it up like a big old, envelope. You can take a pizza cutter and make your squares and put those on the cookie sheet. They don't have to be square on the cookie sheet. You just kind of make a little ball out of it and pop it down. The heat from your hands will start to make it melt, so be careful. Make a little bit at a time. It'll likely be thicker in here, the whole dough batch, because it's not a big old long thing. It's going to be probably about that thick, but in here. So smaller portions make the same amount. And by that I mean smaller sized. This will be about 1.5 ounces. If you have a kitchen scale, go ahead and feel free and weigh every single one of them. I'm not that anal. I just know that the size of my palm is about 1 ounce. So a little bit bigger than that, like a golf ball. Or bigger if you like a big cookie. That's how you make that part happen. So I'm going to hopefully edit this half to the front half and then make a third video and make that a third. I'm really bad with indexing, can you tell? Anyway, that's that. I'm going to grab the phone and turn this off now because reasons. Isn't this just the best? All right, here we are one more time. I've made the second batch of dough, and I assure you, I washed these in the bowl and the batter, and everything's been cleaned. And there's no need to worry about spit getting in. Oh, that's such a big cookie. Look at that. Oh my, that's coming off. So as I said before, yeah, you want to save as much of this as possible. The temptation might be great to just hand this to your wife and say, here, and while you'll score points, you'll be down at least a cookie. I mean, what's more important? So, the wife. It's the wife. Trust me, it's the wife. So, happy wife, happy life. Make it work. Tim Gunn. So, I don't know why I said that. Here we go. It might be because she made it work. She gave me a kidney. She was there for my heart operation. I'm a big pain in the ass, and she still let me have a band. So it's like having extra kids in the house, really. Shout out to my friend Brian Wilson. All right. I have no place to put this except if I just stand it over here. I'll stand it over here, and if I'm lucky, it won't fall over. Okay, it's not falling over. And this table's not touching that one, so we're good. All right. Excellent. Ziploc baggie. Okay. Okay, get the air inside of there. We take the Ziploc portion itself. You don't want to get dough on that. Do that like a little, like a Levi cuffed pant leg, right? All right. So you got that. If you want to go another couple of times, just so you can get the dough to the bottom of the bag a lot easier. There we go. And if you wore that like a hat, you'd be a double. No, okay. It's not Halloween anymore. It's not Halloween. So as before, I'm going to take and scrape the sides. I let this sit for about 5 minutes, and it gives it plenty of time to coalesce and become this massive chunk of dough. If I'm lucky, like I wasn't the last time, I will be able to take this entire ball and stick it into there. And yeah, I'm not feeling all that lucky, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, check that out. Okay, so I might be a little lucky, and there's still a little piece left in there. So the reason I did this cuff it back thing is because if you get it touching the edges and it gets into the Ziploc itself, it's not going to close correctly. So you're going to fold it back up. Or you just drop it on the ground. And that spreads it out. Okay, let's get the rest of it. I missed a piece. You see? Okay. That can go in. I might just leave a little bit in here for my wife to have. No, actually, she came out earlier and had some. She's having one of those days. So it's okay to give her sugary stuff. Now you notice I'm not using the other spatula because I'm using the side of the Ziploc bag. Sorry, the zip top bag to wipe off what's left on the spatula. Look. Don't look at me. Okay. So now I can take this. I really want to eat that. Okay, so it's all over me. I don't care. And this is still clean. Nice. All right, now I'm going to zip this up most of the way. Yeah, it's everywhere, isn't it? I'm not touching the food anymore, so it's okay. A little bit of air left coming out over here, right? Just a little bit of opening. That might be in the way. Okay. Sideways. I'm going to get the corners first, roll it out. A little air pocket there, and get that air pocket out. Doing that a bunch of times. Same with this pocket over here. A little air. And eventually it'll come out. Okay. Now you can use your arm kind of like a rolling pin, or you can get a rolling pin. Or, stay with me, because I'm doing this in a garage, I have something like that. No, it's not a hammer or a sawzall, although that would be entertaining. This is a cardboard tube from where there was fabric wrapped around this at some point. Helpful, yeah. Okay, so I have the opening end over here. Okay, I'm going to roll this corner. Go a bit further. And as I'm doing this, if there's any air at all, it's actually being pushed forward into the air pocket. That's up in the corner there. Stay. Snip. Okay, my air pocket's on that side now. This side, a little bit more. I do this when I shop at Costco. I get the ground beef. I get like 6 pounds at a time, and I do the same thing. And I used to do it in what are those things? The vacuum form machines. But I'm finding the Ziploc just works just about the same. And the neat thing about this is when you put this in the fridge and let it refrigerate, it'll take whatever form the bag is, right? Right. But if you know that you're going to be making cookies, you can score this and it'll refrigerate with those score lines in there. Problem is, this is dough. It's not going to take it like meat does. It gives you a rough idea where to cut. I'm just doing a rough thing here to show you that you can give yourself a scale, or I could just do this. Boink, 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 boink. Hold on, boink, and boink, boink. It doesn't go all the way through, but if you freeze it, it'll snap off on the score lines. But we're not going to do that because it's only going to be refrigerated. But now you know if you do ground beef, you can actually have yourself some nice little easy portions to grab if it's frozen. Okay, and that's the easy way. Okay, we did the difficult way, we did the easy way, and in the next video will probably be me opening this thing up with scissors and using scissors to actually cut Yeah. Cut bits off of this and put them on the cookie sheet. If I don't get to that video, know that you can use parchment paper. Parchment paper is basically silicone-infused baking paper, which you can put directly onto a cookie sheet, preserve your cookie sheet, and when you cook on it, or bake on it, and you're done, stuff comes off of it like that. It's really easy. You can actually take the paper and shimmy back and forth, and it'll all come loose. No, don't trust me there. I haven't done it yet. But another neat trick is if you get a cookie that's malformed, you can take a cup, like a coffee cup, or even a juice cup, put it over top of it, and go like this. It'll make it perfectly round. Well, while it's still warm. So there you have it. You've got tips, you've got tricks, you know how to make the dough. If you want the recipe, look on the back of your chocolate chip cookie bag. That's where the recipe is. There are tips, tricks, and little ways to make it better. Like for me, it's extra flour, and I use the baking. Oh shoot, was it soda or baking powder? I think it was baking soda. Yeah, soda, because it bubbles up, makes it more poofy. I like a bready cookie. Some people like a flat, chewy one. It's all up to you. You can figure these things out. But always, always, always use a little more vanilla than you need. Yes, it's expensive, but these are cookies. Okay. Until next time.